这个可以放这边这样就。
放在那边。Okay.
I'm in a laboratory at a university in Taiwan's Silicon Valley. We're putting on white hooded overalls, white rubber shoes, masks and gloves. It's called a rabbit suit.
Okay, we're putting on our clean suit. Is that what it's called? This is our clean suit?
Yeah.
So that we can be germ-free, sterile.
No germ, only dust.
Yeah, no drink.
No germs and no dust allowed as we get ready to enter the sterile clean room where students are learning how to make semiconductors. Semiconductors are everywhere in our lives. They form the chips that go into our smart watches and phones, our cars, weapons and spacecraft. They are critical to the development of AI. I'm Sharon Brett-Kelly, and today on The Detail, a look inside the industry that is so important. Some believe it is protecting Taiwan from Chinese invasion.
It should be all there. Yeah, please.
Can you possibly get? I really could learn how to make a semiconductor.
Yeah.
Before we get to the clean room, there's one more step. What is this called, this booth?
We call it air shower.
Air shower. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Dr. Tien, this is the air shower that you go in. He's showing me. So you stand there and you turn around with your arms in the air. And the idea is that it removes the last specks of dust from your clean suit, because we're going to find out that dust is a very bad thing when it comes to working in these clean rooms. And, here we go.
I'm at Taiwan's Tsinghua University with Dr. Sun-Zin Chin from the Centre for Nanotechnology, Materials Science and Microsystems. This place is an incubator for the multi-trillion-dollar semiconductor manufacturing industry that Taiwan dominates. Here, the country's top students are taking the first steps to joining hundreds of thousands of workers in this sector.
So this is called the lithography zone. And again, it's just full of people who are in their white clean suits. Ni hao.
Later I'll look at the connection between these clean rooms, a Kiwi tech firm, and the giant Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. But first, more about lithography and why it is a crucial step in the semiconductor fabrication process.
So you're holding a disc.
This is wafer.
Yeah, that's a
And
wafer.
you see some pattern.
Pattern. Yeah.
P-A-T-T-E-R-N.
Yeah, pattern.
You can find some pattern.
Yeah.
So we write a pattern on the photoresist.
Yes.
And transfer photoresist is a light sensitive material.
Light sensitive material. Okay.
Yeah, so you find the light here is yellow, not
Yes.
white,
Yeah.
because
yellow light.
it is sensitive to the light.
Bright light.
Yeah. Okay.
You use the yellow to protect it from exposure.
Yeah.
This high-tech writing on silicon wafers is repeated multiple times. It can take a week and more than 100 steps to make the chip that will go into our devices and gadgets. And each step needs 100% precision. The work in this industry is highly prized, but it is a tough environment.
And no drink.
Oh,
No
no
eating.
drinking, no eating in these clean
No
rooms.
drink. No.
No going to the toilet.
Yeah. And
You
so
have to just
2 hours. So it's very difficult.
So what would happen if you got some dust on these discs?
Okay.
Destroyed. See.
You have to destroy it.
You see the pattern here, and actually the size of the device is like this. Is actually is around 1 micron.
Tiny.
And a dust is around 2.5 micron.
Oh,
You can
a
imagine.
speck of dust.
Yeah. So if you don't have the HEPA to fill out the particle, then a dust here,
Lands on the disc, lands
And-
on the pattern.
and then you broke
Yeah,
a device
yeah.
for 1 micron. But now we go into the nano. And the 2 nano means 1 micron means 500 2 nano.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the latest, is it? The 2 nano.
Yeah.
2 nano.
So if you put a dust here, means 1,000 device. Bye bye.
But and so you have to destroy it.
Yeah.
So how much is that?
Yeah. How much does that cost?
$10,000. I mean US dollar or more.
So if you got one speck of dust on the 2 nano wafer, it would have to be destroyed, and that would cost $10,000 US.
Yeah.
So it would be a malfunction.
Yeah.
So how does Christchurch's SIFT Technologies fit into all of this?
I just got my media pass to Semicon Taiwan, which is this huge exhibition of semiconductor businesses. About 100,000 people are expected here over the course of the exhibition. And I'm here with Brian Travers of SIFT Technology in New Zealand. And Brian, you're based here in Taiwan?
I'm not based here in Taiwan. I'm based in Christchurch. Over in New Zealand. We're just up here visiting the conference. However, in a previous life, I did live in Taiwan for 4 years.
But SIFT has an office here in Taipei.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We have a small office right now of about 3 people. And one of the other purposes of this visit is we're looking to expand the market. We've established a strong presence in semiconductor in South Korea. And now we're looking to tackle the Taiwan market because obviously there's a huge ecosystem here and a lot we can do with companies like TSMC.
And TSMC is the big Taiwanese semiconductor company, really, isn't it?
That's correct.
It's huge.
So they're the premier foundry in the world. So they contract manufacture chips for other companies like NVIDIA, the fabless semiconductor wafer companies. I'll take you to a few areas and just highlight the importance of partnerships in this industry.
I mean, there's just sort of lots of screens and high-tech stuff just coming at you all the time, isn't there?
There's thousands of different booths taking up 2 different halls. It's quite a showcase. So this company here at MIC, Marketech International, this is one company we have a relationship with and try to stay close to. They do the design and build outs of the clean rooms in the semiconductor fabs, so they do that for TSMC. They're probably the market leader for that in these parts. So when you're designing a clean room, some of the most important considerations to make is the air circulation, because that's going to have a significant impact on how much or how little there's going to be contamination events. So what we do is we work closely with these construction companies, and we help build an AMC monitoring solution with our instruments and the different ports that go out from our instruments into the different parts of the fab that matches with the circulation plan. So there's really we really have to get in at the very beginning, at the design phase, in order to see how we can optimize the placements of our instruments and where we're taking readings.
So if there is dust inside or any sort of contamination, you would pick that up immediately?
Yeah, so what we would pick up on are what we call airborne molecular contaminants. The key things that they're looking for are like acids, bases, what they call hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, just different nasty chemicals that are in the air, because the semiconductor industry uses a lot of dangerous chemicals throughout their manufacturing process, and we need to make sure none of those are sneaking out or getting into the room to contaminate the wafers.
It's TSMC that you're targeting. Because, well, what if they haven't got you there now? They must have another company doing something similar to you?
One of the interesting things about contamination control in semiconductor is, for example, when we got started in South Korea, they didn't do it our way at first. We had to educate them on the optimal way to do contamination control. So we worked together with them to sort of optimize our solution to meet their needs, and then they saw the benefits of real-time monitoring in the clean room. TSMC doesn't do real-time monitoring or can Yeah. So we're looking for someone that we can partner with and try and make a good case for them and show them the benefits of that.
If you do manage to get into TSMC, what would that mean for SIFT Technologies?
That would be really big for us just to have that showcase customer. Because when you say you're supplying TSMC, that means really you're the best of the best in the industry in what you do. Their procurement process is incredibly stringent. They require free demonstrations for a year or beyond before they make a decision. Their purchasing cycle is every 3 years. But you really arrived when you're able to get through all that and get a sale into them.
How do you see the semiconductor industry developing? Is it just going to get bigger and bigger?
It's definitely going to get more advanced. It's going to get bigger from an end user sales perspective, but from an ecosystem perspective, you're probably going to see a lot of consolidation. So while the chip industry to the end user is going to grow pretty rapidly, it might not grow as quickly on the supply side with folks like us.
What is it about Taiwan that makes it so good at it?
One of the interesting things about Taiwan is the intentionality behind everything. When the government made the decision, semiconductors is going to be a key industry for us, they found the visionary leader in Chang who suggested, let's do a foundry model where we contract manufacture for other chip designers. Let's collaborate with the academic institutions. Let's develop a whole ecosystem here where we can build something truly special. And this is the result of all that. So, in New Zealand, we can certainly participate in that, but it's obviously a little harder because we're so far removed geographically from that ecosystem.
It's easy to understand why SIFT wants to break into TSMC. The world's largest chip maker is now working on the mass production of the most advanced technology called 2nm or 2 nano for our phones, our laptops, that kind of thing. And it's in hot demand by the likes of Apple. But Taiwan's semiconductor industry is not just about chip making.
Taiwan science parks are the backbones of regional economic output, occupying a total area of nearly 5,000 hectares, hosting over 1,100 companies, and providing nearly 310,000 jobs.
So intent are the government and industry on staying at the cutting edge of the semiconductor game, they've launched an AI Centre for Excellence.
The National Science and Technology Council welcomes a new era for high-tech Taiwan.
I'm at the council in Taipei to meet the head of the Centre for Excellence, Sir Hong Chai. More from him in a minute, but first the chair is Professor Jane Yong Jung Su.
So for us, we have the center, mostly our charter is really trying to define the roadmap for how AI research should conduct, what we should focus on in Taiwan. As I emphasized, we are a small country and AI is very expensive. So we cannot do everything. So we need to figure out what areas of AI that's important for us. And that's part of our mission to help the government define how they should fund the different research projects. And so that's why our current focus, we try to tell people, focus on sovereignty AI, meaning that we need to be able to develop and deploy AI on our own without relying on other countries. And that's important as a resilience part for Taiwan, okay? So sovereignty AI, sustainable because energy is an issue for Taiwan, and safe AI, mostly because of geopolitical challenge, and also agentic AI, that part will probably connect to more the business applications.
Agentic AI?
Yeah, that's
A-G-E-N-T.
Agent. Think about AI, it's not just answering questions, but it will do things, carry out the task. So instead of just asking for flights to Europe, it will help you plan out the trip and buy the tickets for you, okay? And so that part of technology connects to more business opportunities, okay? So this is why we try to define the theme and we try to call the proposals, and then we decide where funding will go.
Why is Taiwan at the top of the game when it comes to... Yeah, that's right. No, you've got to tell me what the secret is.
Okay. I think,
and we're talking about semiconductor manufacturing. That's what you've emphasised to me.
Yes. There's been several studies trying to figure out what's the reason behind the success of the Taiwanese semiconductor industry. Some of them say that Taiwanese people are more disciplined, which is a must in a silicon foundry, because with thousands of steps, if any one of those steps, if it goes wrong by even 1 or 2%, accumulated we call it the yield of a semiconductor chip would be close to zero. That means you produce thousands of chips, none of which can be sold. So it's a competitive edge, and it requires disciplined engineers and operators operating all those expensive equipment according to so-called recipes. People have been saying that's one of the reasons, because when the TSMC moved their plant to the United States, they don't get so many disciplined operators. The second reason is in Taiwan, the engineering has been the top choice for high school students for the past 6 decades, and especially electrical engineering. So it's sort of a flywheel concept. We have very good electronic industry. The students want to enter the electrical engineering, and we produce more and very top talents for the industry, so the industry thrives. And so before semiconductor, and they have the top salaries in Taiwan compared to other professions.
I'm at the Industrial Technology Research Institute just out of Taipei. It's a science park, and it's a mass of concrete block buildings, really, really quiet. There's trees, it is like a park. Behind these doors, we're not allowed to go there, but there are many, many laboratories. They're at the leading edge of the semiconductor AI industry.
What's the name of it? It's an aqua leak detector.
Inside the showroom, a guide is talking about one of the products developed here, an aqua leak detector.
You see this person, he wears the earphone and he used this. This is like the stethoscope that the doctor uses. It sends out vibrations, then the signal bounces back to the machine, and then through GPS, the signal is then sent back to the SaaS, the cloud, the database in the cloud. And then we have an AI system to calculate whether the sound represents a good pipe or a leakage. Yeah. We are working with the Taiwan Water Corp. That's our national water company, and to test like all underground water pipes in Taiwan already.
So someone walks along the street with that kind of weighted sensor, and they can pick up whether there's a leak in gas pipes and water pipes?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's called smart aqua leak. Yeah.
But it's within this building that's been developed? The laboratory is here?
Yeah, we're just like a university, so we have many different labs.
Are we able to go to any of those labs?
No, because we are actually a closed place. We're not open for visitors. This is the only place, the showroom is the only place that's open to qualified visitors. Yeah.
Is that because it's, very protected
yes.
IP?
Yes.
We are a restricted place.
How many IPs do you have?
More than 19,000. Yeah, it should be growing every month.
Yes, you heard it. This institute alone has produced more than 19,000 IPs or patents on this campus since 1973. Now, so far, we've heard from industry and academic leaders, but what do the budding AI leaders make of it? At Tsinghua University's College of Semiconductor Research on the edge of Taiwan's Silicon Valley, I meet Yuyi Chang. She's 20, a senior student of electronic engineering and computer science. This is her dream.
I wanted to create my own company about a software.
That's related to the semiconductor industry?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, can you be a bit more specific?
Actually, I think everything about computer is related to semiconductor, because semiconductor is the base of like computer or any like optional system. Yeah.
Because we're talking about many different. It could be medicine. It could be building bridges.
For now, it's more related to like media and mental health.
Really?
Yeah, mental health.
Okay, so it's building an app that's related to helping people
the mental health.
Why that?
Why is mental health?
Yeah,
because I think, according to my observation, mental health is a big problem right now.
It's a big problem here in Taiwan?
Yes, also.
You have to work really hard, don't you, here?
Yeah.
You know, this is a top university. How hard?
How hard? Like, you won't have much time to sleep or something?
What do you mean you haven't got much time to sleep?
Yeah, like maybe you can sleep like 4 hours, few days.
A day?
Yeah.
And the rest of the time you're studying?
I think I studied for like 8 hours every day, I think. More than 8 hours.
And then you attend classes and tutorials as well?
Yes.
So it's a 20-hour day that you might be doing?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think it's worth, because studying is happy, and you can feel that there is a day you can use the things you study to help the others.
Coming to this university, is this kind of considered the best thing that you could do?
Yeah, the best thing you can do. We have 3 top universities: Taiwan University, Tsinghua University, and Chiao-Tung University. But Tsinghua University is my first choice. Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, just tell me what your marks were like when you were in high school. Did you get 100% in all your subjects?
Kinda, because I'm a homeschool student.
True.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I believe that can makes me to explore the things I want more.
Semiconductors and AI are worth nearly 20% of Taiwan's GDP. They make up 60% of total exports, earning it the title of Taiwan's Silicon Shield. Some say this country of 23 million people that is not much bigger than Southland is too dependent on semiconductors. I put the question to economist Professor Tien-Wang.
To some extent, too much depends on the semiconductor industry. But you also have to understand that Taiwan is not a big country, so it is impossible for us to develop several key industry which is able to support. Taiwan has tried very hard to develop, as I just said, the content industry, which is okay but not as successful as South Korea. Taiwan also has tried very hard to develop the car industry, but of course it's not very successful. And so semiconductor industry turned out to be a very successful industry, which particularly in the past decade or so has shown up the growth. And of course the Taiwanese government hope to maintain the age and the use that to leverage to other industry. But you are absolutely right that Taiwan shouldn't depend too much on the one industry.
Why do you think Taiwan is so good at semiconductors?
First of all, this is an industry that Taiwanese government has spent a lot of resources. It took us like a full decade to do that. And the second one is, I think, the work ethic for the Taiwanese people. Probably for the Asia people is much better compared to the Western people, which you have to, just like an ER doctor, you have to stand by 20 hours a day. And the third reason is I think that Taiwan pick up the part which is not something which the US and I think the other Western company don't want to develop at that time, manufacturing. And that's an area which a lot of people think they have no advantage. And who knows, because of the shrinkage, and then the smaller chip actually makes the manufacture more and more important.
That's it for today. The Detail is a newsroom production supported by RNZ and NZ On Air. Interviews for this episode were recorded during a week-long trip to Taiwan, organised and funded by its Ministry for Foreign Affairs. Today's podcast was produced by Gwen McClure and engineered by Jeremy Ansell. I'm Sharon Brett Kelly. Mā te wā.